In a little corner of Greenwich Village, where artists painted their dreams on canvas and shared rent with hope, lived two young women, Sue and Johnsy. They were painters, poor in money but rich in friendship. And in one tiny apartment with ivy crawling up the brick wall, they made a life out of brushes and canvases. Then came the cold, and with it a cruel wind and pneumonia. Johnsy could not endure the biting cold and grew ill. She lay still for days, barely speaking, her eyes fixed on the ivy vine outside the window. She was not getting well, and a strange superstition had captured her mind, that the ivy leaves on the wall were her lifeline. The storm continued for days, and Johnsy watched the ivy leaves going down. And with them went down her hope of living. One morning, she whispered,
"When the last leaf falls, I shall go too."
Sue was worried, but she tried to laugh it off, tried to cheer her. But the doctor shook his head. Johnsy had lost the will to live. Each day, the ivy dropped another leaf, and each day, Johnsy counted.
6, 5, 4.
Sue could only pray the vine would hold on. Behrman, an old artist who lived downstairs, heard of it. He had painted nothing of worth in 40 years, but spoke of one day making a masterpiece. He decided to see the girl. That night, he went upstairs to the girl's apartment. He asked Sue about Johnsy. Sue told him,
"She thinks she'll die when the last leaf falls."
Behrman thought this was absolute foolishness, but he could not leave the girl to die like this. When he left, he took with him a ladder, brushes, and paints. The wind howled, the rain poured. From the shadows at the end of the alley, a dark figure emerges, hunched against the wind. Behrman. His face is barely visible beneath his dripping cap. He carries a folded wooden ladder in one hand and a bag of painting supplies in the other, braving the storm without hesitation. He pauses to look up at the ivy wall, eyes following the path where the leaves once were. And then he climbed up the ladder. In the morning, the last leaf still clung to the vine. Johnsy stared at the wall, her eyes filled with hope and joy.
It's still there, that leaf. It's brave. Maybe I should be too.
And in that moment, she chose to live. Days passed. Johnsy grew stronger. Then one morning, Sue came in, sat gently beside her, and said,
"Behrman died of pneumonia. He caught it that night in the storm. And that last leaf, it wasn't real. He painted it on the wall, so it would never fall."
And so, at the end of a life filled with failed canvases, old Behrman painted his masterpiece. It saved another life, and never hung in a gallery, only on a brick wall, where hope clung like a leaf that refused to fall. Sometimes, a simple act done in silence can become the brushstroke that saves a soul, and love can last longer than any storm.